Hey guys! Just needed a couple minutes to actually go grab the next mini I have on taps because I don't think I'm gonna take a whole session. I gotta mute that. Nothing more distracting than to hear yourself come back at yourself. Although I'm starting to get so I don't hate my voice quite so much. But yes, I had to grab the next mini I'm painting. Hi Shanur. Hi Baldy. I don't know who else is here. I know there's other people here. By the way, thanks for the bits, Baldy. I always appreciate that, even though it's totally unnecessary. I just love your company. Hi, Cyanus. You know, for what it's worth, I may be a very small channel. A very small channel. Tiny little guppy in a sea of sharks and whales and things of that magnitude. But I appreciate the fact that what following I have, you guys are loyal and you're my buddies and you're my family. So I love you all. I really appreciate the chat. I hope you're all doing great this Saturday. Welcome to summer. Around here, we've had a couple of warm days, but it's gone from the 70s. Although I think I'm lucky. I live near the coast. So I think we're going to get a sea breeze and such, so it'll be only about, according to my husband's app, it's only going to be in the 80s. But if you get inland, it's going to be like not in the 90s. And that is really hot that's Fahrenheit, by the way, obviously, because 90 Celsius would be death. Oops. So I'm here to paint. As usual, I'm hoping I want to finish. It's a Pete! Oh, and I just hydrated myself and he ran into that. Okay. Hello, Pete. I'm glad you've made your presence known. I said I know there are people on here and only 4 of you have made your presence known. So, hopefully I'm going to finish him today. And then I said I'm going on to Pike from Critical Role because I want to get back to those before I do a bunch of Pride stuff for June. I think I'm going to get involved in the whole Fabulous Marines. Or they're painting. I can have hopes that they are painting. I need, let's see, what else do I still need to paint with? I need a paper towel, because apparently I don't have any paper towels out. You always need a paper towel to wipe off the moisture from your brush when you wash it, because you don't want to add, especially when you're using a wet palette, you've already added moisture into it. And I need my brushes, which are in my bag, because of course I'm still doing painting on my breaks at work. I don't get a lot of downtime at work these days, so it's not like I'm painting while I'm supposed to be working. But I do like to have it for my breaks. Hi, Dwayne. Oh, there's a Dwayne. This is a friendly tavern. You don't have to be shy. You can always say hello. I love to know who's actually out there and has decided to drop by. Which one of my friends? And by the way, I live... for those of you who are old like me and would know of the show Cheers, this is sort of that type of place where everybody knows your name. Oh, I go back. You're headed to a wedding. See you Monday. Oh, well, have fun at the wedding. Yeah, it's that time of year. You always catch the stream later, but I don't think it's as much fun. So where I last left off was working on his weapon and working on something. I'm trying to do a little true metal metallic effect on it. And I looked up how to do it because I actually don't know how to do true metal metallics, at least in the way I had my own way. But I think I was doing the demi where you sort of mix metallic paints with non-metallic paints. That's a thing too, where I would actually take some white paint and make the highlights and such. But I'm trying different this time. So I started working on this. And that's actually pretty close to done. I have all the steps where I base coated it a dark silver, this cold iron from Reaper, and then I took Nelma oil. I think I took Nelma oil, and I shaded it. And then I went one step further, took a black paint, thinned it down, and I shaded it even further in these little recesses to make it really dark. And now I'm going over the highlights with Crusader Silver, which is a much lighter silver. And on the front of it, which is pretty much done, I'm actually really happy with the way that looks. Oh, I can still tell my voice is still shit. It's better than it was, but it's still not great. Don't forget, I'm link friendly, so I love show and tell. I will be going at some point, if I remember, into what people posted on Discord. I really am glad I started the Discord, if nothing else, for having that aspect where I can share what people are doing. And it's not just my stuff. Let's see. Also, I want to check something. Let's open that in the window. I want to check my creator dashboard. Baldy, I don't believe you are streaming today, right? You are still on your mental health break? What is going on? Stupid thing. By the way, I just rid of going back to the stream because I was trying to avoid that and still end up doing it. Channel points. No stream for me. Sorry. I hope so again. Yeah, you're taking a break because work has just been awful. So I'm gonna throw on there. I'm gonna make sure it's turned on. Where is overtime? I've got a lot of channel point rewards. People should use them. Okay, 15 minutes overtime is turned on. Oh my gosh, it's the Smart Goblin. Hello, Smart Goblin. How are you today?
Inspiration!
Inspiration. I'm trying to do that by running the stream. You give everybody inspiration who's in the room. Yay! And actually, I will say this, the Ball GM does actually give a lot of inspiration. I'm going to do, well, I'm not painting right now. I should be painting. I'm going to do a little shout out for the Ball GM. If you do not follow him, please go follow him. He actually is a great streamer. I really enjoy his streams. And typically we raid into him today, but he said he needs a mental health break. So I'm putting overtime on. I've got all sorts of channel point rewards. They're free. They're channel points. Use them. Abuse them. What the hell am I getting? Oh, apparently they're working on my dice. So I, as you guys know, I do stream on a channel called Murder Hobo Inc. And the person who runs that stream, his wife makes dice. Absolutely custom. I know actually you follow him, Shinar. Makes custom made dice. Why did I do that? So it's funny. One of the things they tell you to do is don't put metallic paint on a wet palette. And of course the first thing I did was put my metallic paint on a wet palette. I'm going to take from the top of it though. And avoid the bottom. I actually have a well palette I've been using for metallics. I just forgot to do it. So this is like what this looks like after the first couple steps where I did the first 3 steps, the base coat and the 2 shadows. So now I'm going to take and I want to put a highlight here on this line here. And I'm going to side brush it, which means I'm using the side of my brush so I only hit the high point. And I'm going to add some here and I want to add a bit more highlight there. And around the bottom. And then on the base of this, let me look at my front. So I did a little bit of a highlight. I'm going to do it here. And then it kind of, I'm going to do a streak down here. Thanks, Pete. I said, I love the fact Pete actually is like the master using my channel points. You, there you go. I like it, and if used by ban command. Just for fun. It's not to really ban people. If somebody needs to be banned, I'll ban them. In fact, Smart Goblin, I'm a little surprised he doesn't use that to write bards after it. Dropping a ban hammer and all bards. Rude. The Smart Goblin does not like bards because they have exploited his games in the past. I'm going to add a little bit of... to be kind of a shadow there. Yeah, good enough. Then I gotta do the little, whatever the hell this thing is. I could be seaweed, it could be, no, like if I just start playing, wait a minute. Smart, that doesn't work though, because you made a sign saying no bards allowed, not just no bards played by Carol allowed. You're building a plane, a de Havilland vampire. I will not go quietly. Well, I don't want you to go. Oh, I see. Because Shanur, you banned Pete. Thank you, Shanur. Thank you for sharing the love. So I said, I've got this thing. This could either be a rope, or it could be a piece of seaweed, or it could be, I think I'm going to go for a rope. I'm going to do something off-whitish. Really like a bone colored. Oh, I'm sure you do. Are you going to be at, what's the next con? Are you going to be at OGC? I think that's the next one, isn't it? I mean, I do PortCon, but that's not really your department. I think somebody is covering OGC. I'm not sure who it is, because it could be like 3 of you. I am not into. I've said that's actually really cool that you're building a plane, huh? I assume a model plane. Hey, Baldy, look, it's the pokey stick. A pokey tool. I like to call it the pokey stick. Oh, really doing? Oh, that's the pits. You do a lot of training at this new job. Hey, hang on. I'll do show and tell. You know, let me base coat this and I'll try to remember to go back. Thank you for the bits. That may be a little... No, I do want to be. Let me think about this. But I'm going to go share. I'll do show and tell now since somebody actually posted. Shanur posted some finished work. It may go darker. I feel like that's a little bit bright. Yeah, I know. You seem to do a lot of training. Of course, I know you're new to this particular company. So I will start with what was linked. Don't forget, if you want your stuff shared on here, so that the class could see it, you always post it. Of course, the class might see it there. You can always post it on Discord. Yes, that's so cool. Oh my god, I love the dots on his head. That's a very one-color challenge. I would... Oh, interesting. Alright, so, Shanur, you want to give us a clue? Hang on, I'm going to zip around. So, you want to give us a clue how this challenge worked? You were given the color purple. I mean, obviously you used other colors in it. Because I could definitely see black. Or did you have to mix something in with purple on everything you did there? No, I'm not sending nudes. Jesus. Okay, you're given a color, but allowed to use black, white, and metallics. Oh, clever. Yeah, that's pretty much what's there. So use purple. Oh, it's actually white. You must have added white to get the globe. Wait, no, Pete, don't do that. I'll end up losing money on that deal. I'm kidding, by the way. That's really cool. I do, and I'm with her. I love this guy's the head with the pattern you painted on it. That's cool. It looks like to me, that's the gamer grass flowers you used on it, but you really picked out only a few. That's an interesting way to do it. Unless that actually comes like that. But it almost looks like it's the gamer grass, the gamer grass flowers at the base, and you picked out just a few to stick in there. Very nice. All right, I'll get to that in a sec. It's going to be a busy day today. Alright. Actually, I'm going to do that first. I'm going to shut this off because I got to see what I left off on. Okay, good. I realized the other night that it's not always safe for me to just start up the displaying my screen without actually reviewing what I did, what's there. All right, wait, we're going to finish minis. I'm going to start with finished. There we go. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. So, all right, I admit I haven't been back here in a few days. Let's see. Well, I'll go back. I think I went and did that. Yeah, I actually did that. Okay, so Tweed. This is Tweed from Tweed and Shroom, which was Reaper's St. Patrick's Day offering. Mini Mommy. Oh, God, if she's not here, I'm going to be so disappointed. She's such a tremendous painter. And she gets better. I could see her improvement. It's like every mini she does, she really improves. And look at the eyes. The purple and green. I love the fact she didn't go to a traditional leprechaun with it all being green. I love it so much because it's got purple. It almost looks sparkly. I'll have to ask her. I will probably show this off again when she's around. I can't wait till she does Tweed, but look at the highlights and she did a tremendous job. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then, oh, maybe this is, I don't know, I guess it's done. Tony Owl has been posting lately, which is great. Oh, look at these cobwebs. Now, granted, it's not painting, but look at this. This is so cool. Dwayne, if you're still working on your Obsidian Crypt, here's an idea for you. Is figure out how to do those damn cobwebs. Those are so cool. I might have to ask him how he did those. I mean, it could be glue. It could be... That's friggin' That is amazing. I also love to put. Wow, I love this. It's not just the painting. It's really the little details he's got in here. It makes me want to revisit my obsidian crypt, and maybe add some of this stuff. I love the fact you've got the like decay and sand effect down here. That is cool. Like the stone is literally just rotting. I've never. That's so cool. I'm gonna have to make sure I say something to him online. I knew I was going to be doing this, so I was going to be looking at everybody's stuff today. So I do try to actually make sure I catch what you guys post on there when you do it, but I am busy. I'm a busy person, but this is amazing. And then all those minis he's painted with an adventuring party going through. That's just cool, Tony, man. Kevin did finish his giant, let's see, his super-sized. Came out really nice. Very, very, the thing that strikes me, it's very clean. The lines are very sharp. I hope you see you tomorrow, man. I know I'm going to see you tomorrow. I love it. This came out really good. I mean, if I was going to nitpick anything to improve, you'd probably a little more highlights on the loincloth, but really, it's really good. But what I'm also talking about improving is also adding a lot more time and going more towards the display model. But this is not far off from display model level. I love it. That came out great. And he's so big. He's a big boy, big chunky boy. And then Ilaria, who I hope we'll see tomorrow. I believe he can make it. He's a pretty damn good painter too. Well, nice. I believe there's non-metal metallics in there and such. And of course, he picked the color scheme. Frickin' adore because it's so much purple. But he did it. I believe it says. Oh, I believe it's her D&D character. Look at this hair. It came out so nice. Look at the highlighting. So that's what's in there. What was in 3D? Did Cyanus actually do any? Oh, there's a big conversation. The last thing in there, oh yeah, Shanur, the last thing in there I think that got posted, finished work, was these lovelies that you did on your 3D. I guess your 3D printing ended up getting good. Of course I'm excited about tomorrow. Alright, so the crypt is Tony. That was Tony Howell's piece to answer Pete the Hydrator. Let's see, to go back. I'm painting 3 minis for 3 of his players. That's what happens. Hey, stop that. I just wanted to clear this a little bit. Pardon me. There we go. Back to that. Let's see, I'm totally excited about tomorrow, and now there are definitely people here. Tomorrow's our monthly painting party at the Queen's Gambit from 1 to 4 in Methuen. So anybody who might catch the stream later or is lurking about nearby, please come and join us. It's a lot of fun. It's a lovely. It's becoming a painting club. We do get new people in there, and that's what I really hope for is new painters. But I love having having an actual club with established members and such too. Shanura, so I'm glad to see, by the way, the prints came out really good. That the ones you mentioned, they said you were going home from work to check out and make sure that they worked. Well, I'm glad they worked. And I guess we'll work at things. So this is Baldy's 3 character. Wait, those are the 3 characters for the adventure? So you started, you got some green hair and stuff on this guy, okay? And then PT has been doing a really great job on this dwarf. He looks almost done. I mean, I guess I probably got to do the scrolls and such in there. Maybe I think this needs to be done too. Maybe more on the apron. But that's coming out really good. His painting actually has improved a lot since I started looking at his work. He should be really pleased. What else we got in here? So that is a work in progress of his, and that. I've been really bad at putting on. Oh yeah, there is actually Gareth's. Gareth did post his thing in here. He's got this rockin' red cloak for his figure he's giving away. There we go. I love the way he did the fur, came out nice. He's giving that many away that goes to, so. Alright, let's get back to actually trying to get some painting. And looking at chat, by the way, so hi Gel Tip. Oh, the fourth mini I tried to print was missing a leg. At least at the moment I'm trying to print a mermaid. Well, you won't have to worry about her missing a leg. Missing her tail. Mermaid for MerMay, right? It doesn't have to be for my thing, but a mermaid for MerMay. Don't forget, anybody on there, if you want to supply a mermaid, I'm going to put this in my mermaid channel on there. Alright, so now that it dried, now, you know what I'm going to keep going with this color. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash it and try to blend it in a little better. I gotta flip it because I can't see. Not a lot of running room there between the fin. Ow! Wait, I gotta do one more thing. So, guess what? I have to do a shot. So, brand new bottle. It's a brand new bottle. Although I think Joe might have had a little of it. So, maybe it's not quite a brand new bottle. But we bought it when we bought the other one, so I've had to steal it. Because I ran out of rum in my bottle. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Gel Tip, how many minis are you working on right now? I mean, it seems like every time I pop on your stream, you started a new one. And yet, please tell me you're not the type that... I know you finish minis, though. There are people who will start. Some of you may know this and feel called out. I'm sorry. No. I still can't do it. I still have a cough, too, from this friggin' allergy. My voice is still kind of shit. I'm getting better, but I feel like it's such a slow progress. Alright, back to trying to figure this out. Etch that out. That wasn't supposed to go there. Okay. Nothing else. I want it to look even. Alright, let's see. There's that. Around it goes. Where it stops will be the top. Also, I'm liking it better the more I do it. It looks a little weird if you just had that one splotch of color. Like it's kind of tucked in underneath the metal. All right, Dwayne. Yes, you do. You do have to definitely have food. Controlling when you eat and such is very important for a diabetic. Whoa, I'm way too high on my screen. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize I was so high. There we go. Lower it down. No, don't do that. I went too nuts. All right. If you're fast, you can definitely scrape out any paint that don't belong. But worst comes worst, I can always go back to my base color. I know what they were. Let me get the undersides too. It's kind of hard to see too. All right, let's see. Not the easiest place to maneuver into. And once again, I just painted the weapon, so I can always go back and, if I can't scrape it off or wash it out, it's washing it out, I'll just go and redo it. I mind even getting a darker color to set in there. Okay, now the top half. That's not the top half, but where the hell does it start? Oh, right here. God damn it. Swear to God, I'm not drunk yet. So let's see, I have to finish my 3D printer guy. Oh yeah, so wait, here's the list of Gel Tips minis. I have to finish my 3D printed guy, Minotaur, Highland Heroine, Morgana Le Fay, Baba Yaga. Yeah, that's a pipe dream. Large Bat, and I'm just busting your chops. Shining Spears for Icy Death Guard 3, and I think a mermaid. Were you doing a mermaid for MerMay? Well, you have like another week on that. I think when I'm not sure where to progress, I just start something new. So yeah, that's a danger. You need to just... That is a thing. That is actually a very common thing. I guess we as people, humans, we don't like to finish things. Look out there for inspiration, is what I could say. Is, you know, the muse, of course, inspiration is a big thing here on this channel. But don't change projects. Finish what you get first. Otherwise, you will end up with 500 unfinished minis. And that is a very common trap to get That's a very common trap. Now, granted, I have unfinished minis. I think we all do. I started in classes and stuff. I may never finish them. But they're there on my shelf right over there in case I ever feel like or have time, and that's usually the other problem. I don't have time to go back to them. The one that really kills me is I have a mouseling that I started doing in Earth Sky non-metal metallic. And the parts I did on them for the class were really good. I've just never had time to go back to it. But that is kind of a trap to just keep starting. So most of the stuff I do, especially for the stream, I go start to finish. I do not, I mean, I'll do other projects, but it's like, it's more of, you know, I have commission work to stuff. So I have to be disciplined enough to finish everything I start, especially when it comes to commissions. Sorry, guys. Only 500, let's see. You learned a what? You learned a tip from the amazing Wapelius. Let's see. So, you want to know? Alright, so here's a tip from me. You want to know how you know when it's done? You know when it's done when there's no... This actually is the thing, because when I work on stuff, I tend to work completely on a section and go section to section. When it's done is when there's nothing else I can paint on it. When everything's covered in paint, it's done. And if you want to look at it this way, it's also everything has a base, a shadow, a midtone, and a highlight. Or most things. There's some things I may not get all three on, but that's when I know it's done. And if everything's covered and I'm painting the base, it's done. It's done when 50 Shades of Pink. No. So that's my tip on how to know when something's done. When you have it completely painted, you know, don't, you know, and it said, I'm all for pushing the boundaries and trying to get better. Please do. It said when you have a hard to reach place, hold the brush on the back of the handle. Oh, most of the time it's hard to reach because your hand restricts movement. Yeah, that's true. If you do have to, yeah, I will move. I mean, I try to keep my hand closed for most of it. But yeah, if it's something I have to get in there, I do move way back. Make your brush so that it can actually, you know, get into what you're painting. Also, I find using, that's why, you know, I really, for like the Winsor Newt brushes I got, notice it's got a long tip. I use the regular ones. In fact, they tell you, the ones that are called miniature brushes, they're not as good. They don't hold as much paint, so it dries a lot faster. But for edge lining, I do like a miniature brush. This probably also has had the tip probably eroded a little bit. But, see like the difference? But for edge lining, this works really well. I think it is a miniature one. Of course, the writing's all been taken off the side because I've used it so much. But you see how much longer this is. That can also help you get into, you know, areas that are a little tighter. The only thing I wish I kind of had was a brush, a curved brush. They're ones that actually, that are shaped so that the tip actually, there's like a curve in the brush. Yeah, I mean, we all do that. We finagle the mini in awkward position, for sure. So we seeing you tomorrow, Gel Tip. One thing I want to do. We'll make it look like the silver is going over it. Alright. So in the end, I do like the color. I don't think it's too light. I think it's what I want. Pete says, I want to find someone that makes brushes for human. No. Although, I guess I've got a lot here to spare, so. As long as I'm not killing. Well, you don't have to kill people to at least do that. Yeah, Joseph says, yeah, I need to put my big boy pants on and start getting rid of brushes. I need stuff that I cannot revive them. You should. I actually do get rid of my brushes when there's no purpose for them anymore. If they're so glued together or whatever. If it's a brush like this thing, this is just for mixing paints and stuff. Who cares, you know? It's not for painting. Unless it's something super huge. Do I want anything for my Sunday? No, just you. Just you to attend. That's all I want. Yikes. I keep banging my mini here. Alright, so I'm going to grab, because it's also in my bag, because I've been using it. What did I do with my paint? Oh, that's because that's the brush side. I'm going to grab my favorite brown wash and one of the holy trinity of washes per Crimson. Agric Cirque. Crimson has a holy trinity of washes from Games Workshop. And I will say this, as much as I am a Reaper nut, I do like their washes, of Games Workshop's washes. And the holy trinity, I believe, is Recklin Flesh, which is a nice reddish tone. Agric Cirque, which is brown, and Null Oil, which is black. And I totally agree with it. I think that's... And then I said, well, it could be a quad, because I also like sepia, Seraphim Sepia. So I'm going to add a bit of this Agric Cirque, and I'm going to try to do what I just did here, and add a little more along the edges of the rope that's going down. I want that to kind of stand out. Also to help hide mistakes. I do agree, by the way, that if you're going to buy any 4 washes from GW, those are the 4. If you look, that'll give a nice little shadow where that rope is falling. That's right, it starts here. And it'll darken up my rope just a hair. And the fact is, you get this, like, where the two come together. It's a great place for this wash to accumulate. Like I said, you can really see it. That's what's really sticking in is in that crack, I guess, between the two. Might take a little off of here. I still want this to kind of look a bit on the grayish side. Then I'm going to take a bit of this color, the shade. Sort of really focusing where the shade goes. I'm not just painting it over the whole thing. And you can do that. Or you can do that. So I'm going to let that dry. The GW Air clears more than wash now, but the brown washes off. Warm washes I still use. Although I'm thinking up. You know what? Bring it. Although I've been thinning out the contrast. Yeah, it's contrast paint actually makes decent shading ink. But you do have to thin it a little bit in order to do it. What do I have left on this guy to do anyways? I think it's just... Do I have anything else other than this weapon in the base? Although I gotta do something here. I just noticed. Actually, no, there's a little dark spot right there that I'm not digging. There. Get rid of that. And what am I friggin' picking at? I've got like a bunch of colors on my palette already. I just want a little black. I do like this technique. Actually, I'm working on it because I kind of want to do it. I have a contest entry I'm doing for the Queen's Gambit. Ooh. Ooh. Oof is right. How many years? Well, I'm a little confused. Let's see. First of all, who are you asking, Pete? Are you asking me how long I've been painting this? You probably did do it last year if you painted the mermaids. Or the mermen. Merfolk. I just keep screwing that up. Because it came out with Bones 5. I don't think you can buy him yet. Let's see, Delta, I bring Viperits with you, and I did get the Reaper Clears that Kathy uses. Oh, I have some of those. I have the magenta. What the heck's this set? Magenta, blue, and I don't remember what the third color is. Purple. I have those clears. It's good paints. Those are good. I do like them. Okay, I think that's getting dry. So I'm going to take a little polish bone, which is the light part of that triad. Triads are great sheets. I'll tell you that much. Pokey stick again. It's the pokey stick. It really works on these. Although it said you can use a T-pin, but they sell the pokey stick. So I have emailed back Michael Proctor. We'll see when, if I ever get the affiliate links and stuff, so that if you want to order from Reaper, if you do it from me, it basically goes into the metrics to show that I am a good Reaper peep in promoting them. But if you are to use somebody else's, use somebody else's. I'm perfectly happy with what I got. Thank you, Baldy. So now I'm going to add a little highlighting to this. with a light hand. Start on the front side. And then zip around. Well, I could do the sides. I gotta look at the side here. Trying to, whoop, that's a little too much. I said I do finger paint. And if it's still too much, you don't like it, it'll dry. It'll blend in a little more. You let that dry. Had a little too much. Basically, I wipe my brushes off on my palette. I don't use it on my thumb. A lot of people do it on their thumbs, I've noticed. But I do it on my palette. To get it to the consistency I want. Which is a little bit watery in this case. And sometimes I'll take my finger like that and dab paint off. Try to blend it in a little bit. No, I don't want paint in the crack there. Problem is, my paint is liquid, so it tends to want to run into the cracks. Adding a little bit of the original color there. Crimson still lurking about. Oh, I see hydrate. Oh, that's so cool. I will be, you know what, as I said, I did that mermaid thing strictly for fun. If I got like one person doing it other than me, great. But I really appreciate anybody who's going to do one and throw it on my Discord. That'd be fantastic. What time is it? It's 1:30. God, it's 1:30? I've already been doing this an hour? I just realized something. I can't figure out what paint I used. I want to do the very... I'll lighten this up a little bit down here, if I can. Also, when I get a little moisture out, I also hit the paper towel too. Alright, I think that's his weapon. Which means all I really need to do is now the base. Which is all the stones and stuff. Wait, you're leaving? Oh, boo! No. They actually have minis for the paint and take, and beside the fact, it is at a store, Gel Tip. I kind of like to support the store. Wait, why don't you leave? I was going to say, you should just go grab lunch and come back. Or are you going out for lunch? I'm going to print, let's see. I have my... I'm looking at my mermaid chick I already did. I already did her. Yeah, it doesn't matter if my base isn't exactly the same. I'm just going to go for something real simple. Although I think I probably am going to add sand. Problem is I did her a while ago. I'm on for another hour. Yeah, unless if I have a channel point reward, so if people want me to go more than an hour, they can. It just costs channel points. You know what? I wonder. I do have it out. So yeah, typically I'm on 2 hours a time. I think I use shadowed stone, a dark stone from Army Painter Paints. Regardless, I'm going to go with that. Alright, you know what? This is going to take too long. So I'm going to grab a bigger brush. I have a bigger brush. Where is it? Where is it? Well, I can use that one. Oh, there it is. Ever Reaper number 2. The interesting thing about this dark stone color, it's also kind of a warm color. In other words, it's kind of brown. He does not technically have to match the other mermaid. I'm not making him for an army. Hell, I noticed a lot of rocks around here actually are practically black. So picking a bigger brush means that I should be able to get this base coated a lot faster. And since I'm not looking for precision here, that works for me. Just except for around where he's seated, where the tail hits. And I'm going to start out and I'm going to kind of edge my way in there. And if I've got like a little spot like that, I might go back with a small brush and fill that in. There's a little spot up in here that needs to be filled in. This is a good shadow color. It's nice and dark. But I'm also going to wash it with non-oil. Problem with these bigger brushes, the paint tends to really stick inside. This little spot there. Come on. This is the thing with the Bones Matero, otherwise I guess known as Zeocast. I've learned that this week. Never heard of it. Realized that somebody did an article on it, and I realized, oh, that's the bone stuff. Hi, Dio! Ah, screw that. Just flip it back the right way. How are you? Gel tip, I love you. How am I? Surviving, trying to get through allergy season, which has been awful. I've had a pretty crappy cough for like over a week. But hey, at least the last few nights I've been able to sleep, so that's good. I'm getting better, is what it is. But otherwise, I'm great. Everything's going good. My games are fun, and work is okay, and I'm actually caught up at work. Wait, we gotta do it. We gotta do it because I love him. He hasn't even done to me yet. Bah! Notice I dropped that because out of love. You missed it though. We actually did have a little band hammer thing. Pete the Hydra was band hammering everybody, and then Shannara came and dropped one on him. So how are you? Have you done anything new on the with your leather working? Don't forget, I'm link friendly, but all rude. So if you said don't forget I'm link friendly, so you could share your stuff here, and it doesn't have to just be miniature related. Although if you've painted any minis, which I thought you said you were going to do, I'd love to see them. Just play, always working on leather, nothing really new, just plugging away. I was gonna say, I love the dragon scale pattern stuff you do. Oh my lord, that thing looks. You did, because I remember you saying you said you were going to paint stuff. Yeah, I missed it. How did I friggin' miss it? The curse of being busy. You need to order, it's why you need to do all the Reaper Kickstarters, so you'll have a never-ending stream of minis. Now, do I have any clue what color tan I painted those? Actually, it doesn't really matter because I put the sand over it. And it kind of covers it anyways, so all I really need is kind of an accent color. But you want to have something underneath your terrain because, oftentimes it won't totally cover. If you don't have paint there, it'll show. And who wants to go back and keep adding more sand and such? I'll just use this Reaper Leather Brown. Should be actually pretty close. I'm going to start painting it because the other thing is drying. So might as well. Yeah, you came at the tail end. I'm almost done with this thing. You gotta be careful. Some of these spots are still wet. The other thing I could do is I have some, it's AK, it's the AK Scenics. I have their beach sand, which is pretty nice. But honestly, I'm going to stick with what I did before. And it doesn't have to be perfect. because you're going to cover it. You just want to make sure that there's a color down for any spots that might get missed. And now I'm going to paint the rim. I think I'm going to paint that. Actually, looking at my other mermaid, I'm probably going to paint it the red. That's what I did with her. I painted the accent, the fin color. But this is for MerMay. It's MerMay month, so I'm trying to encourage people to paint mermaids. And then next month is Pride Month, so I think I want to do the Fabulous Marines fundraiser. I do have the site for the signups. And I have a Noise Marine, which would be perfect for Fabulous Marines. Oh, as I was going to say, if Crimson is still somewhere lurking and working, I need to throw a thank you for introducing me to, if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device YouTube series to my life. That is nothing short of an amazing, amazing Warhammer parody. Not only did I listen to it all day at like work on Thursday, I basically was playing it last night for my husband and my friend DJ. And they thought it was hysterical. So, I think also the fact is that the lore and everything's in there. It's just so lampooned. It's the best. It's still wet, damn it. Dry faster. Add a little more color. I don't have a lot of patience to sit and wait. So am I missing any channel point rewards of people? I think I got them all. If you put a channel report reward point there and I didn't do it, let me know now. Okay. Dry faster. I think that is the color I used. I believe so. Yep. That one. I'm guessing you've seen it too. I don't know why I never heard of that. But, oh my god, it is so funny. The reason why we brought up, we were talking about the Fabulous Marines that said the fundraiser for the Trevor Project, where you paint up a Space Marine or anything else. And then Gareth showed the fact that they actually made, it's on my Discord too. They actually posted it, I think, in the Hanging Out at the Bar, aka General Chat. Oh my god, just if you know anything, you don't even need to know a lot about 40k, it's still funny. It helps to know about 40k, but there's definitely, they lampoon even Games Workshop in there. I got to the creation of the universe, and that was about where I left off. And oh my god. What caused the Big Bang? Well, it could have been just a bunch of bored nerds sitting around, making this world so they could sell overpriced minis. I was like, oh my god, that's so on par. I love it. It's a great series. It's a friggin' hilarious series, though. But I'll have to thank Gareth when he pops in on Wednesday night for introducing that into my life. Okay, I don't think I actually washed that base. I think I just used the stone tones on top of it. Dry brushing or wet brushing? I think I wet brushed it. I'm gonna grab this base brush. Wet brushing just basically means you're sort of dry brushing, but you don't dry the brush out like you would normally. And you try to really target the higher surfaces. So it's not quite as abusive as to your brushes. I'm going to go over it with this. With that stone, the color I was originally going to paint these. But it makes a better highlight color for this gray. I know I changed my mind when I looked at my my mini that I did previously, and I'm pretty sure actually it did not add any wash to it. I'm going to use a light hand. Focus it on the parts that the light would show. Of course, under his tail would probably be pretty shadowed. Sounds like circus music. I never heard of that series until it said Gareth and Crimson brought it up. And oh my god. Thank you for... I'm so happy that you introduced it to my life. We were cracking up last night. But said the reason being the Custodes are fabulous Marines. Wait, toffee and vanilla sundae? What do you mean by toffee and vanilla? I love friggin' toffee. Actually, something I keep around, I keep hard candies around because cough drops I found out can do some bad things to the inside of your mouth if you overdose on them. But candy, well, it'll just make you diabetic, right? Which is not great either, but it's a little less painful. So I've had Werther's Originals. Yes, I guess old people candy. At my desk. And I've been eating them like crazy. So I love toffee and caramel. Viking Pie! Hey! How are you doing? Good afternoon to you. On my side of the pond, and I'm about as eastern as you can go on my side of the pond, it is about 2 o'clock. Oh, 10 minutes or 2. I'm probably not going to get to pike today. Boo, hiss. I was hoping to get to start pike today, but this is taking too long. But I'm a slow painter. How are you, Mr. Viking Pie? I still want to know what's in a Viking pie. English people? Like the bones of, is it cannibal pie? You know, the bones of English people. And before anyone says anything, the origins of my maiden name might be actually Viking. So I may be descended from Vikings. We haven't traced it back that far. They get it back to almost Longshanks in my family. And the first one, my maiden name is Tuttle. The first one came from Ireland, but Tuttle's not an Irish name. So my family's has been migrating around. Yeah, see, I was right. It's gotta be Englishman meat. It's gotta be. Well, we're all technically, depending on what you believe, okay? I mean, I'm Catholic, so I do believe there was an Adam and Eve, but it also could be an allegory, you know. I'm one of those ones who believes in, what the hell is it? I believe in evolution, but I believe God has a hand in it. I feel like it's so miraculous that we all ended up the way we did. You know, that everything ended up the way it did. It just seems hard to believe that just randomly. And maybe it's not random. I mean, if you believe in what Darwin taught, I think it's got. I do. I believe in science, but I believe there's room for both. So, I think there is an Adam and Eve, so to speak. It may not be exactly what you see in the... Who was there? No one was there when Adam and Eve was there. So it's all just a guess. It's an enlightened guess, but it's still a guess. What, are you going to eat already? You like we're here? Is it Viking pie? Viking pie? Is that what your dinner is? I love that name. By the way, I always dig people's names, you know? The tags they come up with themselves for this. To change the topic. I like to believe MySpace is a place that viewpoints can be shared, as long as they're not hateful to other people. If you respect what other people say, then absolutely, you don't have to agree. But if it's something that's disrespectful to other people, or racist, or whatever ist, you can fuck off. I think that's the way it should be. Alright, Chatterstone can go back there. This is my problem. I take out like all these paints and they end up sitting here. Adam's not God. God made Adam. He's not God. He is using one. We're in a simulation. I like that. Yes. It gives a whole new meaning for all the world's a stage and we are merely players. I always dug that particular quote from Shakespeare. Okay, so how did I do the mermaid scales? Let's see. Do I still have I don't have the paints anymore, do I? I painted... Oh, let's see if I remember. Alright, I think I started out by painting it hobgoblin blue. So a dark blue. Also, the mermaid scales are a little bit, I think they're a little bit more, they don't look too bad on screen. I feel like they're a little brighter, I think, than what it actually is. So I started with that, and then I went to, I started with Storm Chaser Blue, I don't remember which. But when the magic came in, why they're glinty, is I actually used... I use this metallic medium. And I dry brush the scales. And I mixed that in with a light blue. But said, unfortunately, I pulled all the blues off of here, so I don't remember exactly what I used. I do have put all my, by the way, I put all my videos, even the one where I sounded like I was dying, on YouTube. So there is a, I don't advertise it much here. What is my YouTube name? Oh, it's Muse's Touch Miniature Painting. You can find all the former videos there, or most of them. I've been trying to be very good about posting my stuff up there so that doesn't get lost. But that's basically what I did. Is I took a lighter color and I mixed a lighter blue and I mixed that in with it. So that's how you get the sheen. Well, I mean, I don't know. YouTube, I think, considering what happened to the other channel I was on, I think YouTube is less rude than RudeTube. Actually, I can put this back. I remember where I stored them. I think I did go Storm Chaser Blue as the base color for that. But that's basically it. And they said the big thing is the big thing to take home from that is it's just pick, 3 colors of blue or so and mix some metallic medium into the lighter color and then dry brush it on there. And that way you'll get the sheen on the scales. I have one I did before and I did the same thing with greens. Although instead of using the metallic medium, I used the actual color Mermaid scale on her because it is a metallic paint. It's got that sheen in it already, so I used it on her. She's one of my, it's funny, I did her like in one night, real quick, and she's one of the favorite minis I've ever done, so. Alright, so I'm going to go to I want to do a highlight. I was picking it out. So I start with a really dark color. I'm not, it's like, what I'll do is sometimes I'll take a darker color. I'll take a color that's not part of the triad. So like, I have this Reaper Stone triad. But I wanted a darker, and that more warm color. And actually I was trying to match what I did for her. And I think I've kind of more or less done it. So, but instead of using this, I started with this. And I'm probably not going to use this. So this will be my new triad. Let's see if I can get them on screen. So that's basically how I did it. What are you posting? Oh, did you find my thing? Because I don't advertise it, Shanur. I just throw the videos there. You can, by the way, subscribers there are free, so you can always like and subscribe that. But I feel like for you guys especially, it's more fun to actually come here when I'm live and I can chat with you. But if you miss any and you want to go, maybe I'll throw a link up on here. If you miss any of the videos from anything I'm working on, you can always go there. Some of the earlier ones, I am definitely missing some because you only have 2 weeks to get them up and I would get busy. So, wait, did I grab the right? Stone Gray. Actually, you know what? I lied. I'm going to actually take the light color of that because I think I want something that stands out a little bit more. Sometimes I'll take and I'll do a darker color from a different thing and then I'll use the medium and the shadow on the medium one instead of the highlight as my colors. But I think actually, well, we'll see. Alright, so I'm going to take, this is still going to be more or less wet brushing. But it's going to be a little drier and a little more selective and a little bit lighter hand. I'm using a brush that I don't mind sacrificing to the dry brush gods if it does get a little too dry. It is going to look different than the Mermaid, but that's okay. If I really want to, I can go back on the Mermaid and paint this color over the surface. So glad you guys are chatty today. I love to actually chat with you guys. I find some of my weeknight streams because I can't have the people from overseas because they're all sleeping. Imagine that. They can be a bit quieter. I realize sleep should be a priority. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens when I get this on there. Paints oftentimes dry darker than when you first put them on. There. Maybe one way around. Actually, when we put our Murder Hobo channel over there, I actually found I liked YouTube to even do live stuff. You still get the chat and, still get the interaction. You just don't get, it's not as easy to monetize. At least I don't think so. I haven't figured out how to, I'm not looking to monetize it, okay? If anybody knows me, you know me that I don't even care about monetizing this thing. It just is part of it. Alright, what time is it? Oh, it's 2 o'clock. I get a half hour. Alright, so I'm going to grab, what do I want? Maybe I'll grab the Phoenix Red, which is the mid-tone I did on the fins. If you notice on her, I did the base color the same color as the fins. So it's kind of the plan here. I want to keep some things consistent. So I've got, let's see, how many more of these minis? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 more of those mermaids I haven't done. Means I've got 6 years of Mermaid to do. I'm hoping at some point actually to do them. But that's going to be it for this month. I'm just going to get the one done. Then I gotta go find some sandy bits. This will need a couple of coats. And then he'll go up on my shelf with my other Brinewind stuff. After I get pictures of him, beauty shots. I've got to post on Twitter. I'm behind on my hobby streak stuff. The hobby streak is still intact, even if I haven't posted. Basically, I've been painting, on the days I don't even have time to do this, I've been painting the Eldar. And I've been painting that stuff for that contest, the Queen's Gambit. But I can't show that, since it's a vote. So I can't make it public. Even if I'm pretty sure that no one who's voting is actually on my Twitter account. Still don't want it to get out there. It's got to be fair. And if it's not, so be it. If someone brings in a bunch of people and shows what they did and they vote for it because of who they are, I don't care. Go let that dry because it needs another coat. While I let that dry, I'm going to go actually to my closet and grab my terrain. Well, okay, yeah. Who streams in the middle of the night? Some people do, I swear. Unfortunately, it's the middle of the night for you. It's early night for me. I stream so on Mondays when I'm not sick because of allergies and crap. I stream at 7 o'clock, which is the middle of the night for Europe. 5 hours, 6 hours later. And on Wednesdays I stream at 8:30. So maybe at the tail end, or maybe when we go to Gareth, you might be awake. But it's really friggin' really early in the morning. All right, I'm gonna go get some sand. Which is in my closet of shame. No, it's not in that bag. Where is the box? The box. Yeah, but at least my closet is somewhat organized. A somewhat organized closet of shame. You leaving already? Well, it's nice to see you, Viking. If you have to go. Alright, let me put my glasses on so I can see something. Put my ear thing back. You have a wonderful weekend. What's left of it? Boo. Sand. I have this, like, ancient thing of sand. And Viking Pie, you join us next week. Baldy should be streaming again, so you could do the mini painting double feature Saturday. Alright, I just wanted to get that. No, don't fall over. So I'll skip that because that area is still wet. That probably has enough paint on it. Might have to hit it a third time. Some paints cover better than others. Translucence is nice, actually. It's better for the most part. But when you just want to cover something like this with one color, it can be a little annoying. So my plan for the rest of these mermaids is I want to I looked at beta fish for this guy, the Lionel. God, Lionel, I called him Conan the Mermanian because he's got that really squared off jaw and all those abs. But Lionel works too. Someone said like the Myrmidon. It's a little more gray than hers. That's okay. Couldn't tell you what I did. Wow, you're right back. How warm is it by you? Gel Tip. Supposedly it was going to get stupidly hot today. But around here, it looks like it's only going to be about 80. Tomorrow's going to be stupidly hot too with thunderstorms. The temperature here is, oh, actually, I don't need to do that. It's 78. It's not even 80 degrees. Ugh. I know, then why the hell are you inside watching me? Oh, boo, I thought you were going to try to come back next. Well, I hope you come back next week, Baldy. I really do. I miss having my raiding buddy. I mean, there are people I can raid, though. I'll probably pick Cryo Cheese. Yeah, what happened to it being 95? They said that the temperature's going to skyrocket this afternoon. So it's starting to get there. It is sunny out, which is nice. But I don't know if there's that much daylight to go. I mean, it is 2:09. Daylight does not come to an end until after 8 o'clock now. So maybe it'll get there. Just hit one more coat because I still see some like dark areas and I want this to be pretty solid. Typically this is what I do for my basing on the sides is I pick something that's a fairly predominant color in the top, in the mini itself, and I paint it on the base. A lot of people do that. I don't think that's a big secret. If it's new to you, then great. I like to give handy tips. All right. Color that in. I think that's going to be pretty good. $2.11. Okay. Oh, it's 59. I was like, 60's nice. Although I love summer, so anything that's, you know, ridiculously hot is fine with me. Well, maybe I'm getting a little less tolerant of the heat. Or more it's the humidity. I don't like dripping. Right now, my room is nice, and I have my windows open, so... Alright, so I have just some Elmer's school glue, which is what you use for basing stuff. And I'm just going to use it. You can actually take it, mix it with water, and mix it down. I'm just going to use it out of the bottle. It works fine that way, too. If you thin it a bit. Alright, so I'm going to take a brush. I'm going to take my junky brush. Yeah, this is probably terribly out of focus. And I'm going to kind of just paint it on. And the best part, it dries clear, so just make sure you wash it really well. Oh, here's a tip. It's probably a good idea to actually open the containers before you put the glue on. Why are you being so bad? Usually I don't have a problem opening these containers. There we go. And then also helps to work over like a paper towel or something. That way you can catch the remnants, and this is going to be really... Alright, I'm sorry, it's not going to be in focus. And I'm just going to kind of... Sometimes I'll dip it in there. If it's grass, I'll pull a big clump out. Then I take and I hit it a bit to get the loose stuff out. And I'm going to take my finger, because I'll bet you there's some wet paint. Well, maybe not. I'm just wiping off the excess. And it looks like it could use some more there. This should be, I see the glue coming through the thing, so. That way, if you work over paper, of course, you can then take, although reality, smooth paper is better, so that the thing will just kind of fall back into your thing rather than get caught up in the little bumps. But it's what I had handy. And I'm going to grab this. You also take a brush. And knock on anything you don't want. The glue will dry clear, so even if you get some in places you don't want, the worst part is you may end up getting terrain on places you don't want. Ah, shoot, that place was still wet. Just gotta tap that little section right there. Come on. Alright, now I'm going to add some glue. Oh, I'm going to shake it down. Sorry about the camera. I'm trying to show you, at least I'm telling you what I'm doing here. Maybe I'll just blob some on. Just my finger to wipe that off. Grab my big clumpy brush again. And do the same thing. So to spread it around. Get my handles out of the way of the camera. Same thing. Glue's a little thick here. I think I'll see if I could take some out with my brush. Don't need to be that glue. That's why you said you can actually thin it with water. It'll dry faster too. But I'm not looking for fast drying times at the moment. I'm going to do the same thing. Just kind of sprinkle. There's no way to show this. Okay, then I want to take a look at it. Okay, from the top, all right. I'm going to do the same thing, kind of clean up my edges here. With my fingers. I'm going to take the excess and I'm going to try to pour it back into. Let's see, it even comes off of the paper towel. Well, you don't waste much. Who's the non-hobbyist? Your wife? All right. Oh, Baldy, do you have your Game Envy one, right? So I've actually learned some stuff about this palette. Okay. One thing is, I find that if I prep it the night before I want to use it, it helps. I actually I flood the thing with water, and I let this paper sit with more water than is necessary overnight. I find that works the best. That way it really soaks into the sponge, and then I'll pour some of it out. Now, after I start using it, the other thing I find, I make sure I keep it capped, keep the top on it when I'm not using it. But then what I do when I take it out is I find that the edges dry out especially really fast. So what I do is I take and I go back to my sink and I pour water along the edge. And I just kind of, carefully swirl it around. Let's see if I can, I kind of swirl it around like this. I don't know if I can demonstrate. Here, let me see if I can do it up here. So I swirl it around, keeping it on the edges and not so that it doesn't hit my paint that's already on there. And it soaks into the thing, and then I'll pour out the excess through one of the corners. And I find that helps keep it from drying, the edges from drying out. Have too much, almost too much water is better. Go to their website and look up the instructions, because they do have specific instructions how to make it better too. There is a way to set this up properly. It's like you take and you put the sponge in and you pour water over it. And I did boiling water. So make sure you have your little copper piece in there so that way it doesn't mold. I find it does help. This piece is not molding like my other one was. Let me put this guy back out. So yeah, I find that it doesn't, mine haven't had any mold issues with it, and I keep it capped and stuff, so, which can definitely breed mold. But if you start with hot water, that can also help. Like boiling water. So I put that in there, and then you put in with the sponge first, and then you pour some of it out, I think. And then you take and you put the paper in. The paper will curl. That's why they gave you the little squeegee, I guess they call it. It's a little piece with the plastic piece with the logo on it. And you can use that to straighten it out and get rid of the wrinkles, or you can use your fingers. I tend to use my fingers on it, and unroll it, and then pour water on top of that. Then, to me, let it sit. Just let it sit overnight. Otherwise, I find it dries out. The other thing is, don't believe it when they say it doesn't leak, because it leaks. Mine leaks. So if I tip it in sideways, it leaks. If you keep it flat, it's not going to leak. Really? I found one thing is the paper I got was smaller than especially on the width-wise, it's smaller. But when I add water to it and let it sit, it actually grows. Paper I got is a bit too large, so I did cut them small and overhanging paper. But I did not like their paper. I like their paper. To me, this is a lot closer to... Maybe it's because I'm used to using the Stay Wet palette, which has got the really thick paper, and I really find I don't like that much. This paper is not far off from baking paper, and I have both. But it's the nature of the paper. It curls. I think it is sort of based on... this does feel a lot like parchment paper. So I think he's done. What do you guys think of him? He's finished. If you wanted something like this, you could add little shells and things on the base and make a whole little scene. But he's finished. Every surface, I think, is covered on him, so he's done. You wet both sides. That probably works. Of the paper. Thanks. I will get pictures of him and put him up. And make sure I post. If you're on Twitter, if you see me on Twitter, and my link is here it's on this page. You actually can see all of my hobby I post it all, even if it's like days and days late. I'll still post it up there. I think I gotta do like from last Tuesday on. Or Wednesday. I think Wednesday's when I left off. Well, thank you, Shannara. You didn't have to do that, but sure. Also, I am the type that if you are a mini painter or a gamer, I will follow you back. I don't necessarily do follows for follows if you don't do something I have an interest in, but everybody here I would have an interest in. You're all mini painters or gamers or both. But that's the best way to find all my stuff. I do post stuff on Discord, but I don't do some of the dailies just because it's not like, especially in the Eldar, I'm painting it in batches, so I'll get like 3 done with the steps. So one day I'll have 3, and then there'll be another 3, and it'll be basically the same steps. So there won't be a lot of change. It's not horribly exciting. So as I said, what am I doing next is I'm painting this lovely lady. This is Pike from Critical Role. And once again, I'm going to go by the animated series as inspiration and maybe a bit of fan art or whatever as inspiration on what colors to use for her. But I'm excited to paint her. I really enjoy this line of minis. But she's next. And actually, since I have like 5 minutes, I'm just going to take and I'm going to prime her real quick. I use, so like when I'm lazy and I don't want to go outside, I use Vallejo's Surface Primer. Maybe I'll take this guy off the base, actually. This is my, the Game Envy palette is my streaming one, it seems. I've used both, but right now I'm using my Games Workshop handle for, my painting party stuff. It's like I got minis devoted to each thing I do. Blue tack sticks best to it. It's kind of like green stuff. It sticks best to itself. So if you want to get stuff off of your thing, just grab some more blue tack and it'll take it off. And I definitely don't want blue tack on the bottom of my mini. Maybe I should sign my mini. Alright, so let's stick her in here for now. I think I'm going to do that. I need some purple paint, because of course purple. I don't sign my minis, but maybe I should. I believe they're art. Minis are an art form. I don't care what anybody else says. I know there's an argument out there online, because of course there has to be. People gotta argue about things for the sake of arguing things, but I will say I'm on team. Mini painting is an art form. Probably went a little high on that C. Trying to remember how I did my signature. I have multiple signatures though. Oh, I remember I did, and that was not how I did it. Damn it, it goes like this. I screwed it up. Oh, I can wash it out. There we go. I'll go like, it's been a while since I've done this one. I don't believe I put my middle initial in this one. I have a signature I do use at work. Alright. I'm gonna grab, what did I do? I put it away, didn't I? I'm gonna grab the welt palette to throw the primer in. I'm gonna prime this before I go. So they include a welt palette with that wet palette, which is nice. This is what I should be putting the metallic paints on. Here's the squeegee I was talking about. Fits nicely in that section of the wet palette. I mean the well palette. That's all I'm going to do on this. I'm not going to use that brush. I'm going to use a more junkier brush. I'm just going to take in... I don't believe in going too heavy with the primer. I don't like hiding any details. And you don't need a lot on there. You just need enough for the paint to stick to. Sorry, I gotta move him over. I like to do white because my colors stay truer. That's one other tip for doing the true metal metallics. Apparently, they say it's a good idea to start with black. But they came out okay with the way I did them. Even without putting any primer or anything underneath them. But maybe next time I do it, and it'll be soon because I'm working on... Actually, I won't be because I've already started doing them. Haha. Right now I'm actually putting on all the metally bits on my contest pieces. So their clothes are going to be made up of metal metallics, like copper and silver, and it's going to be leather as part of it too, and of course this fabric. Trying to think of what other announcements I can make. Those of you who live up around here and like gaming conventions, Carnage, more gaming than, not really miniatures so much, but great for gaming. I'll go there. I've been going there the last few years. They just opened up their sign-ups for GMs and to buy badges. And I should be there. I decided I'm going to go, even though I'm going to actually spend the second half of November, or the second part of November into December, right after Thanksgiving, going off to Disney World. Guess when the hobby streak is going to die? These set minis have a lot of details to them, so I especially don't want to cover up, so I'm going back in there and kind of wicking away some of the heavier spots. Maybe get rid of some of these bubbles, try to pop them. Pikey. I did not appreciate Ashley from Critical Role and her role-playing skills. Of course, she's been away a lot of weeks. Of course, right now, yeah, everything's white. So it's all... It gets too... it's a problem with white minis. This is what happens. I have a camera set for... let's see if I can turn this down. It's a little fun. I'll kill the light. Problem is, though, they seem to pick up white. I have a white balance and everything on real well, so. I'm going to be in Florida the end of November, right after Thanksgiving. But it's for my second honeymoon. I mean, I'm open to meeting at, like, I won't have a car. I don't have a car. I'm not renting one. I'm going to take a bus and go to Disney. We're staying on the property. But the last time I was there, I did meet up with one of my other Florida friends at, what the hell is it called? Downtown Disney? I don't know, it's where the shopping place is, where people don't have to, like, need a park admission to go. Alright, let me put this guy back in there. See, for him, I need the light. Oh, go this way. Alright. Oh yeah, I know exactly when to go because I've been there during end of November. Plus you get all the Christmas stuff too. And that, I'm a big Christmas fan, so. Oh cool, you have a deck umbrella. I had a deck umbrella. I don't remember, I think it just wore out. Then again, my whole deck set was old. Alright. Well, since nobody, I don't think anybody, and if you did, let me know. But since nobody cares for me to work some overtime today, I'm good with that. Let's go. I guess we'll go raiding. Maybe we'll go raiding cryo cheese. If you don't follow him, follow him. Wait, what? Okay, wait. Thanks! I do know enough color theory to make me dangerous. You jerk! Well, now what am I going to do for 15 minutes? I finished the mini. Oh, Baldy! Alright. Let's see, that's 45, so that's going to put me at 3:15. Okay. There is a point where I have to stop streaming. I guess you guys want to see the beginning of Pikey. Yes, it's Pike! It's Pike! Alright. That would put it at 3:30. Alright, after that, no more. I'll go another hour until 3:30, but I have to stop there because I've game at 4. Alright, does that mean, Gel Tip, you're hanging out until 4? No putting up your umbrella today. And I can tell you right now, it's feeling like it's starting to get warm in here. I will probably need to get more drink. Alright, so, bonus time. Cool beans. You have the whole flipping 2 hours to post that, too. Alright, so I'll put Mr. Mermaid. You're the best bunch. Actually, you know what? A naughty bunch is perfect for me. Anybody who knows me, I like to say I'm a terrible person. Oh, thank you, Baldy! By the way, thinking of those who've been subbing with me since the beginning, you're almost there to that free mini. Shanur, I think you're about there. In fact, does this month actually 12? I didn't even look. But if you're at 12, you need to get in touch with me about what you want me to do for you. You're at 11 months. Okay, so it is next month, I guess. Okay, so Baldy's probably first. I know Crimson's there too. I know you three especially. Thankfully, I think it's only you three who have been subscribing to me so consistently. Because, time. But I owe you all a mini. I already know what Crimson wants me to do. You guys need to actually contact me and let me know what you want. I will need an address to send it to and such. If you want to send me something, you can. It's going to be, however, you've got to pay the shipping. If you want to order something off the Reaper website or whatever, wherever website, you can have it shipped to me. I will pay to ship it to you, but you got to pay to ship it to me. All right, let me look up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go look up pictures of pike. All right, so, which means I go to my favorite thing, Google Images. And I put in pike. Actually, I'm going to do pike. Pike Legend of Ox Machina, because I want to use that for the look. Really like the way she looks in that. So she's got, you know, steel armor with gold trim around the outside. It looks like that's what's not silver. Could be dark gray. And a lot of white. Her hair is like a white. Although I guess her hair was dark at one point, but she got killed before the stream. Before the animated series and before she got on stream, Pike died. That's why she's got the scar and the white hair. I may have to switch to my glass. Actually, I'm going to take a really short trip break, like a couple minutes. I want to fill up my drink, and I want to go let my husband know that I'm going to be streaming a little longer. So I will be right back. Don't you go anywhere. I want to do the real character. I like that idea. Maybe if I get another Pike mini. But, and I know what you're talking about from when she was away filming Blind Spot. Ashley was away filming Blind Spot, and she was able to do like a Zoom for a couple sessions. So that's how we got Spiritual Pike. All right, I will be right back. I just want to fill up my drink and let my hubby know I'm going to be streaming another hour. So hang in there. I'll be there with Pike. Alright, I'm back. With the goofy glasses, I like to call them. And more drinks, so use those hydrates. So primer, and I primed her. She's very friggin' white. Blah. It is actually starting to get warm here. I can feel it. I also opened my window and made a little pit stop. Yep, I told you I wasn't quite done with this cough. I have more Werther's Originals. And I have Coke. I was thinking it wasn't too bad. I didn't take anything for it today. Alright. My AC for in here in my bedroom, they're sitting on the floor right now. But at least they're down from the attic. Alright, so I'm doing these because the first thing I ever do on anything... Actually, I'm going to throw something up here on Discord. There we go. Might as well post something to my Discord so everybody knows I'm still streaming. Alright, now let's actually see if I can get something done. Pikey. Alright. Pikey has like blue eyes. So, not that it really matters because these eyes are so friggin' small. That no one's gonna really see him. Where's my... Oh, I put my... It's right, I put my brush away because I didn't think I was doing this. That's alright, I'll use this one instead too. I thank you guys for hanging out with me. Alright, so... I'm gonna start with my usual. I always start with the eyes because... if they come out good, then that sort of sets the whole thing for me to want to keep finishing that mini. If they come out bad, well, I've never had them come out so bad that I haven't wanted to keep working. But they definitely help. Actually, I don't need this color. I already have it on my palette. Alright. Her eyes are tiny. As I said, the eyes and everything on these guys are very tiny. Baldy can attest to this. Because Baldy painted her. Baldy, did you paint all... Actually, I'm going to have to... Just let me see if I can kill this light. Okay. No. I don't... You still have to buy the mini. And in this case, it's a set. I wouldn't want to throw her out the window. Give me one sec. I want to check on something, what I did on the others. They're right here. I just want to see what I did on the eyes. I don't think I did anything... I think I added a highlight to them. Okay, so, because I'm trying to paint them as a set. I don't want to do anything. I want to try to keep them consistent. So, I want to hear my music. So basically all I did was I did a black pupil, so forget about the eye colors. Bigger ones, minis with bigger eyes, I will actually try to throw color in there. However, you need like a magnifying glass to see it. But I know it's there. And I need to shake my paint. I am the vortex mixer. Ha! Honestly, I kind of want to get a vortex mixer someday. Why? So I can name it. Everyone names the vortex mixer, makes it look like, you know, a creature or human or something like that. Holy Lord. These are hard to see even with the glasses on. Alright, so we may be doing painting plastic surgery. Now I do these first. I'll also do these first because basically I paint around. Like I got blood. Oh, look at that. It's all over the place. Who cares? I'm going to paint over it. Oh, if I can get in there to do the other eye. It looks terrible, but that's really... Alright, so I'm going to go back over part of it with... Actually, I'm confused. Hold on, I gotta pull this up. I gotta look. Problem is, I can't... It's not a great angle for me to see. I'm gonna redo this. Problem is, unfortunately, I can't see well enough. My better light is over here. And these really are tiny. As I said, Baldy can attest to it. Because I know he painted her. Did pretty good on the other side, though. I did pretty good on her left, my right. So let me just get a dot. Let me just get the people in the eye. And then I'll put her back on screen. Actually, I may have to paint around it. So, that's where we're at now. I got the dots in the eyes. Oh, she's something about her skin tones. Alright, her skin tones are actually darker. I want a little darker skin, so more like a bronze skin for her than the rest of the... It's interesting. Percy is like practically white. He is pale. The elves are slightly darker, and the gnomes are slightly darker than that. Yeah, see, that's... Alright, so as Baldy said, that's right. Just so you know, I did not paint the eyes of Pike. I could not see them, even my mag forgot. It is really hard to see. So, no shame in that at all. I'm just going for the challenge of doing it. I can kind of make them out, even with these, but only with these. And that's why I just pulled it out to the light. So I could see it. So I'm picking a color to do the eyeliner now. I will try to do highlights in them, I don't know why, because I think that's... But I'll pick my usual. I'll pick my sepia-toned Viejo. I basically use this. It's Viejo Air. I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of this, because I don't know where exactly... I guess I could look at Hobby Lobby. But... So now I'm going to put some... Hold on one sec. And that was better. Now I feel like I look at it and it looks like the black kind of backed up into parts I didn't want it to. Okay. So the neat thing about this is I'm only going to paint, or I'm going to paint around the eye. And I don't have to worry too much. And if I make them a little bigger, I make them a little bigger. I'm going to do this to demonstrate, but I think I'm going to pull it. So basically that's what I'm doing. You see I left, if you can. Alright, I'm pulling it out so I can actually see it. Okay. It's going to look kind of like a mask. Now the trick is, the thing about eyes is a lot of times, yes, they are recessed, but a lot of times they're not so far recessed, you can't go back and you actually can make up where it's actually located. Alright, so I made a mask. And I said, I'm going to go kind of like the mermaid. I'm going to go with that bronze skin triad to do her skin, because it's definitely darker. By the way, I'm curious, for those people who are working on stuff, what are you working on right now? If you're painting along with me. I know Baldy was painting along with me. So now I'm going to paint around that. And I'm going to try to leave only a little bit of that line showing. I'm like holding my breath here. I don't like this arm. It's kind of in the way. Especially if this down here. What am I going to do? I'm doing this to get a real sense of what these eyes look like. Yeah, it's bonus. Oh my god. Make Right? Make Right is lurking about my stream? Hey, Make Right. Are you coming tomorrow? I did post it in the painting channel of the, no, I'm not going to shush. No, I did post it in the painting channel of Queen's Gambit, but the painting party's tomorrow. I've been meaning to post it elsewhere, but been just busy. Yes, I have a thing where you can blow channel points. Thanks to Baldy, this was his idea. You can blow channel points to have me go overtime. I haven't shut it off because I could go a little bit longer, but I can't go too much longer. I have a game at 4 o'clock. Oh, we're going to get me drunk too. Let me check something on my screen here. Alright, I'm going to put the light on at the risk of my camera light. Because now I got her face done and it won't be so washed out. I wonder how Werther's Originals and rum, they might go together pretty well. Yes, I did. I gotta think about that because I originally approached her about that and now I'm like, I'm not sure if I have time. It would probably require me canceling games and the stream. But I kind of want to go because Robbie Damon and Keith Silverstein are going to be at AB. Keith Silverstein I've met and talked to and I've stayed in touch with over the years. And he's really cool and it'd be really great to see him. And Robbie Damon, let's face it, no, I'm a Critical Role nerd of Champagne Pike. I would love to go see him and meet him. He seems like a cool guy, and we have something to talk about because we both like D&D. Yeah, you think so? I mean, if I'm going, I assume it's to help her out. Otherwise, what was I gonna do? This? I could always take the Friday off too. I gotta be careful. I'm still sucking on a Werther's Original, because I can't down it all in one shot. Shit. This is why I typically down it in one shot. Excuse me. Also, it's not good to talk when you're trying to drink. For a record, Werther's Originals are very good with rum. I feel like it's trying to go up my nose. There you go. That one was a little painful. Oh, God. Okay, what else do I got to paint on her? I don't think her ear is showing on the left side. Her left. Well, no, the rum is fine. It's just that I was trying to drink a shot when I have a hard candy in my mouth. That's what didn't agree with me. Granted, I'm also a real lightweight, so I tend to cough every time I take a shot. But I really like the taste of it, because it's rum. Rum is delicious. Back to images. I need to look at the actual mini. By the way, Mike, right? I am link friendly, so if I already did the show and tell from my Discord, and I have a Discord, you could join it. It does pop up here. I can also do, hold on one sec while I do this. Well, there's plenty to pick from. Okay, apparently you're no, that's not the same one. I can't see it. Trying to find a good pike that shows whether or not her ears are showing. I don't think they are. I think they're under her hair. Okay, cool. Let's see what you got. Hey, Shoten! Welcome to the bonus part of the stream. They put on an hour of overtime. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, is this like... Oh, I see. This is your blog. How did I not know about this blog? You know what? Let me throw this on here. Here, I'll do a little display thing here. This is typically what I do. I show off stuff that people link, and I also show off, there you are. And I also will show, I'll show off your links, but I also have a Discord. Very cool. So this is Make Right's blog. And yes, he is Brian. I hope I see him tomorrow at Paint Day. You were supposed to go last month and I didn't see you. At least I don't think. Maybe we're all too new. We already got like 6 articles up there. Very cool. So follow that link to check out his blog. All right. So for funsies though, if you want to join, now that I've actually got you here, haha. I have a mini painting Discord or gaming. You could be a gamer too. I don't care. I'll talk about whatever as long as it's nerdy and that. But one thing I do is if you put stuff in there, I show it on my stream because I want other people to see it. We're not necessarily on my Discord. So, as I said, are you going to be there tomorrow? Also, you can promote your... I'm very big into people promoting themselves and you know, building a bigger audience and being somebody to help with that, you know, facilitate that. So if you want to go there and promote your blog there, absolutely. I was looking to see if her ears were showing, and I don't think they are. I see a lot of hair. And unfortunately, I don't really see... Let's see. Too many windows here. That's not Pike. That's Scanlon. There's a side view. Alright, so no, I don't see an ear. So she don't have an ear. Okay, so I'm just gonna go. I hope you make it. Oh, great! I've been actually wanting to see some of your stuff. Alright, let me post. Let me get this up. I didn't want to do it on this screen. Oh, wait, I did see this. Never mind, Dio. I did see this. But I will actually share it. That would be really cool if you actually paint. But I don't care. If you put stuff together, I'm all for it, too. Alright, let me pull it up. So, just to prove that Dio is not a total scrub at painting. And he's actually got some skill. There we go. Check that out, folks, because that's friggin' cool. I do remember this now. Thank you for the reminder. And that came out, and I remember saying, well, it's really simple, but you know what? Really simple can be really effective, and it's really effective. So you did a great job. You got a good, you got the right touch for dry brushing and such on it. It came out really nice. So thank you again for sharing. Oh my God. As I said, if you said to join my Discord, I automatically will share what ends up in the finished works or work in progress or whatever. I will share it on here. And I try to do it every single time I stream. Because I always will get something. Even if it's like one thing, I'll still get something. I stream enough so I don't build up a huge backlog of stuff to look at. So that's it. Alright, so she doesn't have hair. Where's our hand? Okay, I didn't go get it. Probably the only other parts are hands. Well, let's start with the easy hand. And there's our thumb. And she's holding out her holy symbol, I think, is what the deal is. Can't figure out how this goes. Alright, I think this is her thumb here. This is really, I told you, like, I love the Critical Role minis, but the one thing is, they are really small. One, I think. Oh, I can hear the birds. I look so glad I opened my window. But I will say this, I love sharing what other people do. It's not, this channel shouldn't just be about me. It should be about promoting mini painting, and it's all about inspiration. I want to inspire others to take up the hobby, or to pick up a brush if you already do the hobby. Okay, so I think that's it. So let's see. Bronze skin. So now I'm going with just straight bronze skin. I took out way too much. So now I'm going over the mid-tone areas and the highlights. Swear to God, she's missing a finger. No, oh no, I think it's there. I think it's just really small. Like a lot of things on these minis. I said, I love these minis. It's a beautiful set. Oh, you know, I think I need to go a little further up on that. I don't think I did enough. Her skin tone goes to about here. So basically when I do skin tones, for the mid-tones, I try to paint, definitely want to leave some shadow areas, which tend to be actually, it's more I talk about what do you highlight rather than what do you leave shadowed. But around her eyes, like if her neck was showing. Of course, you want shadow lines in by her hair, and anything that's like above, I may go back in and add some shadow lines. Of course, like the recesses in her hands. And sorry if I'm like going off screen here, but I'm gotta be able to see what the hell I'm doing here. Get her fingers. Actually, I'm gonna add, I think this is part of her hand too. It'd be nice if I could at least get her face done in an hour. Alright, now looking at her eyes again. I feel like maybe it took a little bit too much of the okay. Ah! Her eyes are so small that it just makes it difficult. That's why Baldy didn't bother. I don't really blame him. I'm gonna try. Oh my god, I'm gonna try. This is freaking idiot. You're doing D&D prep? Oh good! I can't wait till you post it. And I said I put a channel on my Discord just for that too, which is, what did I call it? MerMay? Stick it there. I'm looking for pure white. When you do the flex for the eyes, you want pure white. Well, make right. If you go tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Gel Tip is supposed to be at Paint Day tomorrow. So there's your answer. It's gonna dot a little tiny bit of white in her eyes. And if I miss, I'll just go and touch it up. I know what side went a little crazy. Let's see. God, this one's hard because I got the arm in the way. Get out of the way, friggin' arm. Okay, I think I got a little bit of a highlight on there. Add a little dark lining around some areas. I have one more color to go on the skin too, because I gotta do the highlights. I'm not loving where this hand is. I'm really not loving where this is. It's in the way. It's like I'm taking little pieces. Damn it. Grumble, grumble, grumble. That's what happens when you do something that's way too small to, if you have any business of actually doing it. Just that, unfortunately, this is such a small eye. Good. I'm going to say good enough, and then I'm going to look back later. I'm like, I'm not going to like it. Yeah, Judson, I don't think you live. I wish you lived closer to us. You know what? I'm going to say this. Go to your local game store. That's really sad. Because, like, I get people to show up at the Queen's Gambit. And don't worry about that, gel tip. The chat reloading, that happens to me too, especially now. Since I can't do it the way I used to. I used to like having the app. But they get rid of the app. Alright. I'm tired of playing with that. I'm just going to get the highlight. Let's see. Nope. Where's my bronze skin highlight? There it is. It's hiding behind my Coke. I'm really sad, though. Because that's what I do, is I would try to organize this stuff. Maybe in New England we've got a much more vibrant mini painting community. Though, Millie, that was just before COVID, and we had a lot of people moving. Yeah. The store also, keep in mind too, the stores have to have your back. They have to schedule they have to make an event that they can advertise to people. You know, so if the store doesn't have your back, I was doing it through a store that really didn't do anything in terms of promoting it. So I ended up dropping them when I showed up, and literally no one was there. In fact, the person working there didn't even know I was coming. And I was like, okay, well, then, honestly, it's not worth my time. You know, the store I do now, they do promote it. So people know. Where did I put that paint color? There I did. So this is the highlight. Tip of her nose. Her forehead. This is all you really need to highlight, for highlights on the skin, especially on the face. Top of the cheeks. If I can get in there. Top of, I'm pulling it off. Trying to see top of the cheeks and the chin. If I can get in there. And the paint doesn't dry on my brush. But try to leave that little bit where nose comes in. I'm going to do the upper parts of her hands. Or her fingers, rather. And the top part of her hand. And, let's see, probably her thumb. Yeah, it really is it. I can't say enough about store support. And if they're not going to support you, don't do it. It's not worth it. But the Queen's Gambit is very supportive. And I really love going there. And the neat thing is, if you want to meet painting streamers, this is actually a good place to come meet painting streamers because, you know, considering that gel tip and Rathmore and hopefully Mike Wright's not a streamer, but, you know, close enough. I'm trying to think. I've had Orc Paint Shop on there. I'm trying to think of who else. I feel like there's someone else that I've had there too. Oh, Big Jim Slate Gaming. How could I friggin' forget that? You know, so a bunch of streamers show up at this painting party from, you know, depending on the month. I want more candy. Shit, it's 3:30? Where did the friggin' time go? Alright. I probably should go. Cry. God, that hour went so fast. And now there's 12 of you here. Alright, so if you speak now forever hold your peace, we're gonna go raid somebody. Oh, I'm not sure who to raid because they've all been on for a while. It was an excellent I got a lot done. Who should we go raid, guys? Tell me who we should raid. We did this guy. I finished him on the stream today. Okay, we can do the automatic. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry I didn't see you, Acid Burn Punk. Hi. Good to see you on it. And by the way, if you can possibly make it, you're from the area too. Oh, God. Cryo Cheese has been on. How long has Mike Disney been on for? Hang on. I'm going to look at a new window. I don't want to disrupt my stream. Mike Disney has been on for 5 hours. Oh, geez. He may be going off, too. Cryo Cheese has been on for... 4.5 hours. 6 hours. Oh boy. I have a funny feeling no matter who I go to, they're going to be on. I also have next level painting. How long has he been open for? Or on? Would anybody object to next level painting? He's only been on an hour and a half, so it's likely his stream will continue. The other two, I'm not too sure. They may be going off soon. Well, that's not the right... Yeah. Acid Burn, you're always welcome here, and you could be super lurky if you want. But if you ever say hi, I will make sure I say hi back to you. Alright, let's do next level painting. He's actually been only been on an hour, like an hour and a half. He also has the most people. I do like to support small streamers, but they've all been on for a long time, and I fully expect... Mech Pre Studios, how long have they been on? I'm fine with going with people that I don't necessarily know. Otherwise, let me know, Gel Tip, because I'm going to go to somebody's suggestion if I think. Alright, so, just to do my usual blurb, thank you all for tuning in. This was a fantastic stream. Thank you for blowing the points for having me do an extra hour so I could start the skin tones on Pike. And I finished Mr. Merman up here. If you have any suggestions, I said I have a Discord. If you're a mini painter, join, or a gamer, or just like it. You don't have to be one. You can just enjoy it. Yeah, you're my Discord, working my channels. Cool, cool, cool. Please make sure, if you want, I've got channels for, if you want to, people don't use it, but they should. If you want to let people know where you are on Twitter or Twitch or whatever, you can use my channels in there for that. Or share your blog, please. I'm waiting for Gel Tip. 2 hours. Oh yeah, that's alright, fine. I'll have to go with that. I will be back on Monday night. At least right now I'm planning on it. Monday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern Time. I understand for all those of you who are overseas, like Ball GM and Pete the Hydrator and Jotun. Oh no, wait, Jotun's on this side of the pond, I was saying. I don't know why, I keep thinking you're from Europe and you're not. Viking Pie. They're from over there too. I understand why you're not here. Because it's the middle of the night. But everyone else, Come and join me those 2 nights. I would love to chat with you guys. Let's see. Alright, so we're gonna raid. What is it? It's Mech. I hope you wrote it right. I don't want to go to some... Alright, so we're gonna raid Mech Priest Studios. It's new for me, so I'm excited. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to basically go there and leave. Also this week... No, wait. No, the guy's not gonna be there. I won't be having my Murder Hoboing campaign. QQ. So this week it'll be those 2 times, and that's when you can find me online. So let's go raiding. We'll take Gel Tip's suggestion because I don't think they're just gonna disappear. And thank you all. This is amazing. I'm glad I hit double digits. I'm always thrilled to hit double digits. So, and as I love to say, always at the end of my stream. I have to go to work stream there those days. Yeah, true. Ooh! Alright, so, as I always like to say, happy painting.
Welcome in, your kids.
It's 2 in a row. You ruined me.
Oh, here, boss. Where's the lights?
Shannon System, thank you very much for the follow.
You're looking for the front liners that way. Oh, here, boss. Where's the lights? All the boys joining in the fight today. All coming in. Oh, here, boss. Where's the lights?
Yeah, welcome in, Raiders. Used all the names already. Muse's Touch, thank you very much for raiding. Let's give a shout out.
Where's the lights?
Follow that myself.
Where's the lights?
Myself a little bit here. I am the Mech Priest, titular. Nice. Yeah, so I am the Mech Priest. I am a mission painter, part-time. But for the most part, when I'm streaming, if I haven't got anything else in, I'll be working on personal projects. In this particular case, we're working on some synthwave elements, synthwave project to make the synthwave. That's the way just working through our silicon model in the army. I think quite a while, so I'm just struggling my way through it. More regularly on the channel, we do things where we break down other art forms. That's what they can be across as many paintings, and busts matching into those. So this was the first one. It's the ink and art breakdown. So go here. Some rays from Hades. It's, that one's been absolutely brutally done. So if I can see a couple of weeks up from that. Some good stuff.
We're both good.
Really deep shadows. What in the one of the really nice parts of that art style. Is the amount of area that they just completely black fill. I'm just like, no, it's not like that. No, nothing at all. And it's so much fun.
Uh-oh.
So when we start those, I do
Oh, good.
a bit of a breakdown and a sort of lecture for about an hour or so.
Yes, so's up.
It's kind of stop being I'll have those edited up and on YouTube at some point. Spoken readers, feel free to introduce yourselves and the type of hobby that you get up to. Tell me a bit more about yourself. This is sort of space, so friendly, that's the one. As long as everything's set Mermaid of Mermaid. I'm not super familiar. Now that I've read it correctly, it's tricked to the brain and stuff, but yeah, I've seen D&D. That's cool. That's cool. That's kind of where I started off, to be fair. Didn't get it into wargaming until well into my 20s, but I was doing D&D every now and again for training the teams. It's very now and again. More probably if I can. I fully get you. Like, I really am definitely the opposite. It's a lot like that. I'm going to try to stream. So you started more hammering in with D&D. Nice. So kind of the opposite way to yourself.
Wait.
It's just a slight transition from green. It's really cool if you smashed all of these through to the level that's what straight is like.
Oh wait, cancel.